This example will help you with the classwork for activity 9. Here you have f equaling these different sets of points. So you've got 4 different points here. It doesn't go beyond that. This is not one of those situations where you have to write an equation that extends the ordered pairs. This is all that's included for f. Same thing for g. You have these ordered pairs. That's all that's included in that space. So when we look at part, should be part A right here, this is actually g of f of x. Okay, so when you're looking at your ordered pairs, you've got your x and your y, your input, your output. This still works the same way. We always start from the inside here. So if we're starting with f, we're going to start over here on the left-hand side. If I put in a 2, then that has an output of 2, so then this becomes 2. The f of x becomes 2 because that's the output. So when I take the first x and I put it in, I get out this 2, so that becomes this f of x, and then I'm going to take that 2 now and I'm going to plug it into g. So when I plug it into g, I get out the 3. So here my solution, one of my solutions is going to be, well, what did I originally start with? I'm starting over here on the far left side. I plugged in a 2 originally. I got out a 2, I took that 2 and plugged it into g, and I got out a 3. So my final end result there is 3. So then I'm going to go to the next point and take a look and see if that works as well. So if I'm starting with f, I'm plugging in a 3, I'm getting out a 5, I'm taking that 5 and I'm seeing if I can plug it in over here. I can, and I get out an 11. So what did I originally start with? I started by plugging in a 3, got out the 5, put the 5 in over here, and then finally ended with an 11. I'm going to go through each one of these and see if I can get out solutions. So here I'm putting in a 4, getting out a 10. Can I take the 10 and plug it in here? Yes, I can. When I do that, I get out a 12. So I started with a 4, ended with a 12. Checking my last one, if I plug in a 9, I get out a 17. Can I plug a 17 in over here? No, none of these inputs are 17, so then that will end that, and that's my solution. The same idea over here for this one. We've got f of g of x, so we're going backwards this time. So in my solution, I'm starting with g. If I plug in a 2, I get out a 3. I'm going to take that 3 and I'm going to plug it in over here. I can do it, and I get out a 5. So I originally started by plugging in a 2, got out a 3, 3 went in over here, and I got out a 5, ended with a 5. So again, working from left to right for my points. If I plug in a 4, I get out a 9, take the 9, plug it in over here, I get out a 17. So that one works as well. I started with the 4, plugged it in, got the 9, took the 9 and plugged it in over here and got out a 17. So then if I take a 5 and plug it in, I get out an 11. If I try to plug 11 in over here, it doesn't work because I don't have an input as an 11. So then we're going to skip over that one. Let's try the last one. If I plug in a 10, I get out a 12. If I plug in a 12 over here, I cannot do that. So then that will end my solution there. Finally, for domain, you're just looking at your inputs. Remember, your domain is just your inputs. So we're looking at our inputs that we had up here for each of these. So for g of f, our domain for this one, we'll just kind of list it the same way. For g of f, that's this one. So our domain, our inputs here were 2, 3, and 4. So I'm just going to list those out, 2, 3, 4. And then same idea for f of g. 2 and 4. And that's it.